deciding factor in her election. How did you come up with this promotion for the first black vice president, the first woman vice president?
Right. And all of those factors were contributory for me making the decision.
Yes.
I don't like politics at all. Back in the days in Jamaica, I was a victim of political violence.
Oh,
so
wow.
I never voted for many, many, many years. And I never liked politics. But then it came to an issue that I became an American citizen. And I was seeing what was happening around, especially regarding young black men. I have nephews living in the States. And, I was quite perturbed and concerned. So Dave Rodney came to me and he's like, Nadine, we really want to support Kamala and all of that. So in my naivety, I was like, yeah, man, the first female Jamaican, Caribbean, representative of the immigrant story. So yes. And then I wheel and come again. I'm like, no. And he's like, I want you to know that when you support her, you'll be supporting the Democratic Party. So that made me and he said, think about it. And then I thought about it and I'm like, okay, so the overarching aim and intention was more important to me than the party.
Yes.
What's happening in the States, she being a black woman, with
Jamaican roots,
Jamaican roots, Caribbean roots, of East Indian descent. She had a lot of stuff, what was happening politically where immigrants were concerned, that I really was upset because that is my lineage. That is Caribbean people lineage in the States. Everybody got there as an immigrant. And I'm like, you know what? I don't like politics. It might look that way, but I'm supporting is the idea, the intention.
Right.
Democratic Association was insignificant to me. The significance of it, the bigger significance. And I said, okay, I'll step in. And I stepped in. I got some rag from some people and
from the Republicans.
Trace me up. But majority was supportive. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I'm gonna put myself out there. I get some punches. But in terms of when you look at the percentage of the punches that I got, I think I can truly say 90% of the people were supportive. The other 10, and come with them thing, but we're big enough to deal with it.
Exactly. Now you have worked with the best of the best. Peter Tosh, Rita Marley, Buju Banton. What inspired you, Nadine, when you look back? What inspired you to pursue a music career?
I never pursued it. It pursued me.
Okay. There you go.
I keep on saying to people that music chooses me. It's one of those things that you're just born doing it. I was born doing it. My mother would tell you, say, should I find me a dance in front of
the mirror?
Box, them have to come and grab me. I was just dancing and singing. So they saw that natural ability and they encouraged it. Not knowing that it would have turned out to be what it is right now. Me never even know that. I was just a little girl who loved to sing and dance. My God loved to sing and dance and get some licks sometime because I could have whined so well. My grandfather was like, oh,
did you do that in church? Were you singing in church?
Oh my goodness, I was singing in church. I was just always singing.
Oh wow.
Always singing. And it just evolved to that. I have tried several times. I'm like, listen, sometime when the going get tough, you're like, okay, let me try another life. My time up. Like the other day when I went and, when I was doing I did my master's in cultural studies and I was quite happy. I was like, okay, I guess that part of my life is over. Now is the time to give back. And it never worked out that way. Music catch me again and throw me back.
You can't get away from it. You just can't get away from it. It's your gift.
Yeah. Done. Yeah. It's the funny thing. I said, it's the funny. I tried, and it's just like no. So I just given up the ghost and said, all right. At my age and at my stage, and that's what I said when I do my master's. At my age and my stage, let me do something else. And then right now it's the same thing. I'm back in putting out new song, Triumphant. Putting out song, doing performances, doing big stuff. And just like, I'm amazed at, where it has taken me and what it is doing for me. So I'm just like, okay, I can't see music. You win.
How difficult was it for you in those early days when that tug of music was pulling at you? How
There
difficult
wasn't
was
at
it?
all. It was a natural thing coming from me.
Natural fit.
The
Yeah.
thought came like later on in my life because I thought that, they tell people that it's over for you at a certain age musically. It's like you don't, whatsoever is a young people thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is that I have had such a rich past.
Yes.
Marcy is doing it. Marcy Griffiths is still doing it because of the rich past. I have been fortunate enough that my songs have stood the test of time
Yeah.
and graduated to generations, and which is quite wonderful for me because,
Yeah.
as I said before, I didn't even know all of these things would have happened. That Action and Babyface and Wicked and Wild
Wicked and
and
wild.
any and I'm in Love would be like parties you go to
Yeah.
across the well, I would say across the world where Jamaican music is popular.
Yeah.
I mean, and Nadine Sutherland have to play.
Of
Those things
course.
I
Of
never even
course.
thought about. I never even thought about that this would have been my reality now, and that I would have accepted it and known it and go, wow, music, I guess you had a plan.
That's right.
And then have, new songs come out and just doing it right now. And it's been an amazing and sometimes mysterious journey.
Yes.
And I guess you just like let go and let the musical God and let the God do what them have to do in your life.
Yes. And Nadine, you talk about a Nadine Sutherland song has to play anywhere at all. If it's a soca fet, a reggae fet, that song Action, I'm telling you, you can't sit down. That is a legend in itself, right?
It is.
You can't sit down when Action is playing. And it must
Somebody
play
wrote that
at every
yesterday.
party. It must play.
Somebody wrote that to me. Somebody wrote that to me yesterday, Women's Day.
Yes.
And bigging me up, and they were like, bigging up the years, bigging up the impact that I've had, which was wonderful to know. I was like, Action has lived over 30 years.
Yeah.
And everywhere you go, it's like a first song. You go to young people party, then play Action everywhere across the world.
Yes.
So you're just like, wow, I said Action bigger than me.
That's right. Now I saw you on the financial TLC seminar, and one of the very profound points you made was how you were able as an artist to manage your money, to manage your investments as an entertainer. Someone with seasonal income, and I'm speaking particularly to those persons who are in soca music or doing reggae and so on. Could you just share with us those nuggets that you shared in that forum, which might be useful for our entertainers, our soca artists here in Antigua?
The wonderful thing is saving.
Yeah.
The wonderful thing is understanding that it's seasonal. That's the power of it. The wonderful thing is making sure that you live within your means. It is a wonderful thing when you have enough money coming in the season. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy the BMW, yeah, I'm gonna buy the Gucci bag, yeah, I'm gonna do this. But then you're like, okay, so why pay that money on all of that, and probably that could pay your mortgage for a month? Yeah. You're looking at long term, not the short term. I've seen people make a lot of money and lose it. Because when the money coming in, they think that it's gonna stay forever,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy the thing. Instead of buying a house, them go live in our rich area that they're, basically not thinking wisely. Find somewhere you can own after a while. So over the years, your income and your earning might lessen, but you have a roof over your head because you're smart.
And it's an investment.
And it's an investment. So all those what you call ostentatious stuff, it's wonderful. If you have that income, do it. But if you are looking at longevity and you don't know what life is going to bring you, be wise when you get that money, because one day it might dry up and it might, I'm glad I'm a saver. But also I have learned that I have to live in balance. There was a time, there's a fear factor that was driving me because I understand my craft and the seasonal aspect of it. So you're driven by fear. And in my fear, I wasn't enjoying my life or enjoying my money, right? So obviously we have to exercise frugality and we have to exercise wisdom, but we are alive and we're living. Yes. So some of that money you can't spend for yourself. You can take yourself out to a nice dinner. You can do something that because life is short.
Yes.
And I basically had to come to that conclusion after some experiences that happened to me. Because I was a saver and my self-esteem was even caught up with people who were like, you're so wise, you're so wise, you're so wise. And there was a time in my life, yes, I lived off my saving because nothing did I go on financially. And I was paying a mortgage, sending myself to the University of the West Indies and living daily, which is electricity and all of that. So the saving, pink, what they call them, menke down, go down.
Yes.
And then, I mean, the ability to earn came back. You know, we go through seasons in our life, came back and it came back better. But in retrospection, I looked at it and I was like, okay, so anything can happen in our life. Exactly. You can be the most careful, anything can happen. And then I had to ask myself some very hard questions. Were you living? And the truth of it all was that I wasn't.
Oh.
I was so concerned about, you know, and I'm like, no, man, because anything can happen. Life will pass me by. Me not enjoy myself with the money that I earn. Hard work. I wasn't enjoying. And I'm like, after that, I totally changed my life, start living a little, start being a little bit relaxed. When we you know, me not going to use my mortgage money and go buy a Gucci bag. I'm not that girl.
Right.
At all. I don't need to prove anything to anyone.
Exactly.
But I take myself out to dinner. I go on the trip. No, you know, in putting it in context, knowing that you're not spending out your money, but living a little.
Yes, you
living
have to
more balanced life. Yeah.
Exactly. We have to take a quick break and we'll come right back after these messages.
Surely.
With iNet Mobile, with new prepaid plans up to 26 gigabytes and new postpaid plans up to 60 gigabytes. Free weekend calling to iNet Mobile and fixed lines, shared postpaid plans. There's so much. It's time to go all in with iNet Mobile.
Visit our social media pages or website for more details.
Let's study the Constitution together. Tune into Constitution Corner this and every Monday evening from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Observer Radio 91.1 FM. Constitution Corner is a production of ABCRE, Antiguans and Barbudans for Constitutional Reform and Education. Come join us on the corner with your calls and WhatsApp messages this and every Monday evening, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Know your Constitution, own your freedom.
Is here, everybody must be aware. The cash taking easy digital. You don't need to use money physically. You could use a phone to send, receive, and so much more. The cash safe and faster, cheaper, so get it up on your mobile phone. Everybody rolling now with the cash. Everybody rolling now with the cash. Everybody rolling now with the cash. We spending easy dollars digitally. Rolling now with the cash. Everybody rolling now with the cash. Everybody rolling now with the cash. We spending digitally. The easy dollar is digital. Make payments safer, faster, and cheaper with Dcash. Take your business to another level by sending and receiving easy funds in seconds. No hidden fees during the pilot phase, and it's open to everyone. So sign up for Dcash today. For more information about Dcash, visit www.dcasheasy.com or check out our Facebook and Instagram pages at Dcash Easy. Download the free app from the Play Store. Remember, the future of our currency is here. Dcash, it's safer, faster, and cheaper. Everybody rolling now with Dcash. Everybody rolling now with Dcash. Everybody rolling now with Dcash. We spending easy dollars digitally.
Tune in to Observer AM from 7 to 9 a.m. on weekdays for the latest in news and current affairs, locally, regionally, and internationally.
This is Observer Radio.
Your voice counts. Your questions are answered. This is Observer AM.
yet we are two different people. We just loving around each other, yet we give each other space to grow. Step by step, we are getting stronger. Breath by breath, we are learning about each other. I don't know.
Yes, Nadine Sutherland there. And you know, I am going to spank my tech because I told him to play a particular song and he decided he gonna play this. This is his favorite. So Nadine.
You know, I've spent my whole life having men. Is a man done?
Oh, DJ Illis,
I've
yes.
spent
He
my
said.
whole life since Babyface has been released with every man telling me to sing the song for them.
Yeah, Babyface is a lovely song.
It's true. I say it's you. I sing Babyface for you. So
Now, very recently, Nadine, I heard Trinidadian soca artist Fayan Lyons say that the music industry is more difficult, more challenging for female artists than it is for men. She talked about, you know, people criticizing you put on weight, or look how she look, and criticizing the things that they would not say about a male artist. And I think you could probably take that into the political arena, into the legal fraternity, into medicine, all over. Have you found that there is partiality or favorability towards men? And has this been a critical element of the success or failure of female entertainers?
I am totally in agreement with her. It's like yesterday, that was a conversation that I was involved with, being that it was International Women's Day. Mm-hmm. We have to understand that there are hierarchical systems that has been set up in the society, and the music industry will reflect it.
Yeah.
Right? There's a preference. I remember growing up and hearing about Hortense Ellis, and she got pregnant. And I'm like, you know, trying to understand what is so wrong with that, because everybody was a sperm and an egg joined together at one time. Mm-hmm. You know, we even see, I must say that in our life, we have seen changes. Because we see and I'm thankful for those young women. We see the Rihanna pregnant, mm-hmm. we see the Beyonce pregnant, yeah. and they bounce back and come back with their career. So, you know, America is a different thing, because I think where the progression of women rights are concerned, it is gone up a little bit notch than us in the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. There was a time that men acted like we were like gratuitous. I want like a female man, not taking us seriously, that we can go on the stage and mash it up.
Not their equal. Not their
equal at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we were treated. Even me growing up, it's like, yeah, do a thing for a female. And that narrative have changed. Because you look at the success of like a Shensia, that a man actually saw her as a money-making thing. But remember, he's also looking at America. Mm-hmm. And seeing the Beyoncés and the Rihannas and all of that. So it could have shifted his mindset. So a younger generation, they're coming up, but they have probably a different mindset with regards to women. Mm-hmm. Right? And she's totally and utterly right. If the ageism that you face when you age, I'm a male artist who is my equal, don't face it.
Mm-hmm. You have all these,
and then you have to be showing up. You know, there's a new mentality, which I hate. Like, people not supposed to age. You know, I'm like, all these American artists, they can afford their plastic surgeon. I can't.
Women not supposed to age, because I see some of those old soca artists on the stage doing their thing right down into their 70s and 80s, and nobody say anything.
They don't say anything. And some of them belly big. And nobody cares. Make we have one big belly. Not a little gym. But anyway, I'm an exerciser and I'm a dancer. So, you know, for years, you know, but make me get one big belly. Or make a woman put on weight. It's like, you know, it's terrible. It's a double standard that they have for women that they don't really have for men.
That's
and
true.
It really can be pressuring if you allow it to pressure you. Me that woman come every day and say me, I'm gonna be 55 next week, Wednesday. Me say me age,
Happy birthday in advance.
And some people find it even offensive that I'm so brave enough to say, I'm like, I will not let society dictate to me that I'm gonna be ashamed of myself.
Or your age. That's right.
Or my age. I'm like, why are they doing this so much? So you see, they will take off years off of you so you might appeal to a young artist. If me appeal. If me don't appeal, me don't appeal. And the funniest thing about it, when I sit in my truth, you see younger people saying, boy, she full of vibes. We are fair age, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, she wicked, man. I sit in my truth.
Wicked and wild. Wicked and wild.
Wicked and wild. Me not make nobody. And I'm like, I will be the example for the young artists them coming up.
Yes.
Because I will be sitting in my truth and just like resonating from my space in my truth. So she's right.
Exactly.
It's a terrible thing.
Nadine, how do you go about writing, selecting your themes? Because this morning on my morning walk, I chose Nadine Sutherland's greatest hits. That's what I walked with this morning. Okay. And I noticed that a lot of your songs are based on love, relationships. How do you select, what you're going to write about, what theme you're going to,
Well, because I don't have any love right now, so I make it up. That's the truth. When I was younger, I think mostly now my lyrics are more universal love.
Right.
Because I always say to people, the whole space is inundated with sexuality and hypersexuality, I really am not in that space right now. I'm in a space that I'm really trying, universal love. So a lot of my songwriting, my themes have changed.
Right.
I can't say significantly because love songs are gonna come out.
They're enduring. They're enduring.
Triumphant is a song about self-empowerment, and I said I need a universal song that will address you dealing with something from inside. So there's a lyrics that's in Triumphant that says, shut up your mouth, the enemy thoughts in my mind, because I thought about it and I have had enemy thoughts like everybody else, the low self-esteem, saying that you can't, listening to what people say, how we were programmed in society. Shut up your mouth, the enemy thoughts in my mind, the one them where make me feel like me no worth your while. And then I address, shut up your mouth, the enemy of another kind, them one them with them negative vibes from outside. Because we grapple with our thoughts that can be disempowering, and we grapple with the words and action of the outside forces. And then I say, me not care. Me go ask you, oh, you dare.
Oh, dear. DJ Ellis, do you have that? Do you have Triumphant lined up? We could probably get a few bars of Triumphant. Nadine, I want you to give a message. It's the day after International Women's Day, but I'd like you to give a message to young women who may be interested in a career in the entertainment industry. As Ellis tries to play. Okay, let's are you going to play it now? Yes. Triumphant. All right. He's trying to...
It's just a promise, can't give up, cause we only have one life, make we try and make it nice. Go away, Mr. Pressure, go away, Miss Strife. Big bone and we bossy, we no afraid, we be the bossy. We like so quick, it make me feel so thirsty. Right, yes or no, nothing I go.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Triumphant.
We can apparently we can't play the full version, but we'll certainly try to play it. We do a theme of the week, a theme song of the week, and this looks like it could be in the runnings for theme song of the week next week. Nadine, as we wrap up, what's your message to young women who may be interested in a career in the entertainment industry?
Funny thing, I was asked yesterday the same question. First and foremost, stop fooling. Some of them fooling themselves, because I'm looking on social media, which is can be a constructive, but it can be destructive. They're looking at the girls, them, and modifying their bodies, and them saying that them is an artist or whatever. There's tons of girls doing that, and they're not focusing on what will make them stay, which is a lot of hard work.
That's right.
which is some degree of talent, which is a lot of fortitude, because this music comes with a lot of hits. People are gonna attack you. People are gonna say everything about you, so you have to do a lot of inner work. It can destroy you. I've seen it destroy a lot of young ladies.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that the superficialities of it is what it is, the superficialities of it. Fame, it's not important. Fame comes as a result of a lot of hard work, right? With some people, when you grow up and you think you need the external validation, it can be important. But when them turn around and attack you, what do you have inside?
Right. Yeah.
So I am concerned for a lot of young women who are entering the music industry from social media and the hype of it all, and not looking at what it can do to you if you rely on the superficialities. You have to really love it. You have to be really aware of what it comes with, and that shows the fortitude. Because how much years career? Almost 44 years career. I have been hit down. I have risen back. I've been battered. I've been bruised. Sometimes I'm like the music business coming like a dysfunctional, abusive partner.
What do you mean? Yes.
But what fame can bring.
Yes.
What fame can bring.
Yes. We want to
thank... I'm concerned, and I'm hoping them listening to me. I'm concerned about some young girls and the reasons why they're entering.
Okay. Thank you very kindly, Nadine, for talking with us. We love your music. We look forward to all the new songs and the collaborations in the future.